This week, celebrate the Republican National Convention the way George Washington and Jesus intended.
Jesus!
The elephants come marching in at the Bobcat Goldthwait Memorial Convention Center and Birthday Bonanza.
Make a wish!
It's RepublicCon. We'll celebrate the re-election of the greatest president to ever walk the earth,
Morgan Freeman!
Donald Trump.
All right, my bad.
Get your photos taken with such celebrities as Scott Baio, Ted Nugent, and Rob Schneider. Not to mention photos with Bad Boy Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
Ooh, judge me!
Want games? We got games. How many doorknobs can you lick in a minute?
Do I have to keep my teeth in?
Point out the liberal.
Get him, he's different!
And cornhole.
I should have gone pro!
Each guest will receive a mail-in ballot with only Donald Trump's name on it. The official mail-in ballot of the RNC. T-shirts for the kids with such slogans as "Lock her up" and "Grab her by the pussy."
We're establishing family values early!
Also our favorite, lock her up while grabbing her by the pussy.
Multitasking!
Make sure to grab the gift bag with many things from our sponsors. Kanye West conflict-free soda biscuits.
These were added late to the bag so they might not count!
Orange spray tan. Those aluminum foil blankets they give the kids in cages. And 25 aged Trump states.
They're old and gross!
This week, be an American, not a liberal pussy, at the Bobcat Goldthwait Memorial Convention Center and Birthday Bonanza. RepublicCon.
It's gonna be huge!
What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid Talking Stupid on the DVM production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to.
We are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube every Thursday at 4. Come watch.
4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I got a new job, and they're going to work around that schedule so we can keep doing this Thursdays at 4. I don't have air horn sound. Like I have
every other sound in the world, but
the unfortunate thing is, no, I think I totally have a ton of air horn sounds. I didn't think to put them in yet. I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, these are gonna be great. I should definitely use them. Anyway,
always time for an air horn sound to be like utilized.
I downloaded a file that had like a variety of them, so I'm like, I'll have an air horn sound for anything I need.
That's right. There's never a time when it's not necessary. Like, guys.
See, I mean, I got it.
Be like, my grandma died. she loved that noise. She loved it.
She did. I'm getting a little bit of an echo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think your microphone is picking up your speakers.
Oh.
You monster.
Never happened ever.
I think
nothing's changed.
Are your speakers just louder than normal? Because that could be a thing. Is it because you're deaf?
What?
Is it because you're deaf?
Don't shout.
If that's a pretty good idea, I probably
Are
should.
you still getting it?
No, not now.
Very good. Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop doing that because that hurt my ears.
Celebration.
Yeah. So, how you doing?
Oh, you know.
That explains everything. I'm doing well too.
Oh, that's good. How was your first day at work?
It was good, man. It felt good to actually be back at work.
Doing something.
Oh my God. Just like I've been working like on the podcast and everything, like trying to get everything behind the scenes going and set up so we could do this properly for a month. So it's like, I'm working, but it's like it didn't feel like work. It's like it's my thing, but it's not like I go and get a paying job and get taxes.
Right. It's not like a check comes and you're like, yay, podcast money.
Yeah, it's like every Friday I just stay sad.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna start getting money.
Oh my God.
I get to work and I get paid for it. It's amazing. Speaking of things that are amazing,
Yes.
Yes, there's a man in California.
Extinguisher thirst.
I mean, you could say he was extinguishing his thirst in the process.
Okay.
But have you heard about like the lightning storm that happened in California like last week that caused like 250 fires throughout the state?
Oh no.
Yeah, the state is so dry that
Is that why they're on fire now?
it's one of the reasons.
Oh,
But unfortunately, California, the way the topography of it and how dry it gets, it's just it's so easy for everything to catch on fire there. Like I know that when we were there last time, I saw a bunch of signs everywhere that was like, just you can't smoke here. Like even when you're driving, it's like don't you fucking don't just don't. Like the sign has even said it that way.
Do it.
But yeah, lightning storm caused all of these fires, and now just a little bit of Erware is on fire, including a man named Chad Little. His shop and the car shop that he worked. I'm sorry, a shop that he does welding out of.
Right.
The fire was coming right towards. It's coming right towards us. It was coming right towards him. And here's the thing about Chad Little of Vacaville, California. He saw that fire coming and said, no, not this time. And you're like, well, that's a weird way to kind of put that. Wouldn't you just say, like, I don't want to have fire around me ever? But no, not this time. Because 5 years ago, there was a fault in his attic ceiling fan that caused his entire house to burn down.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent his last 5 years dealing with insurance and litigation, and it finally got settled through a mediation process, and they're starting to rebuild his home. So they're in a temporary house right now near his shop where he's working. Excuse me. So they're just finally recovering from the last time their house burned down, and now this time the fire's coming and trying to burn down their temporary home. So he got his family packed up and guy said, okay, well, you know what? I'm staying behind. He knew he's like, I'm staying behind.
But don't do it. No, you gotta have it.
I have to.
Yeah.
There's something burning inside me.
You can't stop everything.
But I have to try. So he all he had was like one barrel of water that he was taking buckets of and just kind of throwing it like, this will help. It wasn't really working, so he tried to like rake up all the dead grass in the area. That wasn't really doing much. So he's like, all right, fuck it. He grabbed the one source of liquid that he had near him that he's like, I got this. This can put out the fire. This will keep the fire at bay. And without totally looking at the title of this story.
No, sorry. What?
You son of a bitch. He had a few 30 cases of 30 packs of Bud Light.
Mm.
So he went over. There's a little piece in the siding that he was able to rip off, and there's a nail just sticking out of it. So he's shaking the beer up, stabbing it on the nail, and then using that to spray the fire out. You're saying his friends always make fun of him for drinking water beer. He's like, hey, well,
guess what? That water beer saved my life.
Save my life. What an interesting way to try to get a Bud Light sponsorship.
I know, right?
But yeah, he's managed to
thirst and quench your house fire. Bud Light. No, don't lime. Don't use lime.
Yeah, there's actually gasoline in that.
The lime taste is gasoline. We just wouldn't. We didn't want to tell anyone.
Yeah, you could tell it's like mid-grade gasoline, so it won't hurt you that much.
Quench your thirst.
He's a steam fitter and welder. So like all the cars that were in the parking lot right outside the shop, those got torched. The shop itself kind of burned down a little bit, but his house, he was able to save his house. So he with Bud Light of all things.
Oh yeah.
It's like you want to hate it, but at the same time you're like, I guess.
We did the Budweiser tour in St. Louis. I remember getting just hammered off of like free Bud Lights.
Yeah.
Because they were made the day before, and it tasted like, it was weird. It tasted kind of carbonated. But we had drank a bunch. It was, Katie Brisick and Steven and I, and we're just like, why am I hammered? Kind of,
I've been drinking beer. Why am I drunk?
Because you had 5 really quickly. I go, yeah, but that never mattered.
It's like you got to drink it before you leave. Like, all right, I didn't think you drink while you're here. You can have, but once you leave, you have to start paying for it. You're like,
yeah, no.
Why am I drunk? It's been 7 minutes.
Someone's like, oh, I don't really like beer. Here's my chip. The other guy goes, yeah, me too. Here you go. And I was like, cool. I'm like, I got so many chips.
I'm like, oh, I don't prefer it, but if it's there, I'm gonna drink it.
I'm gonna drink that beer.
It's like you're going to the brewery.
Like, dilly bitches.
It's like,
well, I really wanted to see the Budweiser Clydesdales because those things are cool.
Do you think they just hang out like right by the lines? Like,
no, they have
time
there.
They're like, this one's filling the line. This one's in charge of quality control. This one's just on a clipboard being a bitch to the union guys.
When that stupid team on your hat won the World Series and the Clydesdales came for the parade, I'm talking about that stupid team on your hat.
How dare you?
They came and they stayed at a friend's stable, a friend that had was working with horses at a stable, and so I got.
They had a sleepover.
Yeah,
I didn't know horses had sleepover.
Oh yeah, they needed a stable big enough for them, so they could run and they could do all the stuff, and so I got to see them run with the Dalmatian, which was really cool, and I took a picture with one, and his name was Ginger, and it was a cool horse. And I was sitting there, and then when we went to see them in St. Louis, when you go through the stables, like it shows them all, and they're all in there, and they're all next to their names. And I was like, Ginger, do you remember me? Ginger, we met.
Bracelet.
I'm like, we met in Chicago, and I showed the one of the caretakers the photo, and they're like, oh, you do know Ginger. I'm like, yeah, we go way back.
We hung out in Mexico.
Wink.
So you're not supposed to say wink.
Wink.
Okay, see, you did it again.
Wink, nod.
Okay, now you're just making it worse.
Seizure.
Do you think at horse sleepovers when they're jumping on the bed that like the mama horse comes in and said, "Hey, knock off all that human play"? Yeah.
I think they sit around discussing like, why do they talk about how cars are like powered by as many of us? Like, why?
What's the deal, man?
Why is that still a thing?
Not only is Bud Light responsible for saving a house,
yeah,
it could help you maybe buy another one.
Oh, cool.
Because Bud Light Seltzer, which arguably is better at putting out fires, they're offering a $5,000 a month job to create memes. They want to hire a chief meme officer for the Bud Light Seltzer portfolio.
The CMO.
Yep. Through September 18th, anyone 21 or older can apply for the job online and download meme templates to experiment with. You have to create 10 viral memes and share them on social media. Now, how do you know that a meme that you make is going to be viral? This is the biggest problem that a lot of companies don't understand, is that I want you to create a successful meme. It's like, I mean, sometimes just a weird picture of someone in a hat is like, oh, look, it blew up.
I don't know.
And then you get some out of touch motherfuckers that are like, dear young person, I want the internet to know about us. Could you make a meme? I guess. Would you make it go viral? Okay, I don't really. How do
I tried to get one time in my life. I tried to get a meme to get going, and then I got in serious trouble with it because it was a thing that I was trying to do. It was called different memings, and the one that I saw was it said every woman wants her husband to walk in, and it's like a picture of like a dress on a bed, and say, "Here, put this on. Dinner's at 6."
Okay.
And then I did another one, which was the bed, and I took out the picture of the dress, and I put like an apron on it, and it said, it's a different meaning every woman wants her husband to come in and go, here, put this on, dinner's at 6.
Wow.
And I got yelled at so much. And I was like,
why?
I'm like, I was going to do another one, but now I don't want to do another one.
What was the other one going to be?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, probably because it was worse.
No.
You terrible person.
No.
You're such a terrible person.
No.
I mean, you're not like the most terrible person.
No.
Because goddamn TikTokers are at it again. Have you heard about this new trend on TikTok? It's well, it's a bit interesting. You can't. There's no way you can defend this one. But are you familiar with? I'm
gonna try. No, I don't care. What is it?
No, you are. You have to take the stance of defending this one.
Okay.
Because there's a new trend on TikTok that involves young people role playing as a certain type of people, for attention, to raise awareness.
That's TikTok in general, right?
Yeah. Except the problem is with these videos, creators appear to be wearing makeup that imitates burns or bruises while explaining. Here's the thing: they're pretending to be Holocaust victims.
Yikes!
What do you mean, yikes? What's so wrong with that? They're just putting on makeup to simulate bruises and being sick and saying and portraying themselves as.
I love the dialogue in that photo, though.
Yeah.
So I died. Like, do you really think that they would have started out with So like, listen, okay.
Hey, fam, dead here. Just checking in.
It's horrible.
It is horrible, but as you so enthusiastically said beforehand, you're going to defend this position. So I want you to go ahead and defend these TikTok users making Holocaust videos and saying that, oh, look, it's me, your favorite Holocaust victim, just raising awareness out here.
They don't say that. It's me, your favorite Holocaust victim. Come on.
I'm sorry. Was that such a stretch from? Yeah, so I died in the Holocaust in 1941.
But what's the point of it, though? Like, is there like?
I'm sorry. You think there was actually a point to this, other than people wanting tension?
Well, it's definitely wanting attention, but are they like very inappropriately trying to raise awareness?
Yeah, they're pretending to be Holocaust victims and just talking about the Holocaust, like, oh, look at me, because it's some people are calling it a trend as called trauma porn. And a lot of people are saying this was offensive for people with family members who survived or died in the war.
Yeah.
So we had, someone said that I'm sad this has become something people think is okay to practice their makeup and acting abilities with. A 17-year-old girl from New Jersey who didn't want to be named said that she pretended to be a Holocaust victim in her TikTok video to educate people, and because she felt as if it was important to share these stories. Her character in the video described being deported with her family to Auschwitz, where they were all murdered in gas chambers. Yeah. So she's like, okay, I'm just going to pretend to be this person real quick.
Yeah. Was it like that?
I don't know. She deleted the video because she's like, I'm gonna do this for good reasons. Hey, you should
go to college one day, and they're gonna go, no.
Yeah, Ford pass.
No, you're right. There's no defense to that.
No, but you said,
shut up.
You said that you want to defend. That's the whole point of learning how to debate, is to defend a topic that you don't want to defend.
No.
What's the problem?
I'm debating right now. No.
Okay. So you're doing the old classic, the Bugs Bunny tactic, where you keep saying the opposite until I agree with you that it's right to do it. Right? I feel like that's what it is. I mean,
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, your mom. I don't think your mom's ever said that to you, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it'd be weird if she said that. It'd be weird if my mom was like, "I'm proud of you, Patrick." Like, that's not my name.
Oh yeah, you don't have the comments on it or anything.
No, I have the comments on,
I'm gonna go.
but
Thank you.
it'd be weird if she said that to me.
Oh, proud of you,
Like,
Patrick.
yeah, there it is. Speaking of things not to be proud of, you ever heard of these Hansel and Gretel motherfuckers?
Yeah, they're like. I mean, let's just talk about like the fact that they were breaking and entering.
Okay.
Like, did the witch go too far? Probably.
The
But
castle doctrine.
They were eating her house.
Yeah. And I feel like once you start eating the house,
there's a lot of blame to be found in that story.
I'm glad that you brought that up because there's a 5th grade teacher who was using that book as a way to have a mock trial in which the students decide whether the two were innocent babes or pint-sized pillagers. Basically, the stance that you took is one that they could use in the debate. The problem is, while there are some witches that are upset that they're using this book, because now the story of Hansel and Gretel it's been strongly opposed by some people. They want it banned from schools because self-proclaimed witches say the fairy tale nurtures the same hatred that once led to witch burnings. Witch named Carolyn Straganana.
I'm sorry.
Carolyn Straganana. Straganana? Stragnana.
Straganana.
It's like Strag and then shanana. She's saying, we don't eat children. No matter how irritating I get, I don't do anything more than turn them into frogs. But seriously, stop using the book. Patricia,
that witch did, though.
What?
That witch did.
But not hashtag not all witches, Patrick. Not all witches.
No, but that one did.
Okay,
so,
but not all witches.
Does that book ever go and say, that's right, I'm going to eat you just as all witches would in this case?
But you know what? It doesn't. It doesn't say, hey, I'm an outlier and I'm going to eat you, unlike all the other witches that wouldn't eat you. So it doesn't explicitly say that other witches don't eat children. So Patricia Schumann Glass is the president of the American Library Association, said that.
What a library association ass name.
Patricia Schumann Glass.
And then you have to put your glasses up. And you are Patricia Schumann Glass.
Oh. The association last year received 500 reports of censorship or requests for help on censorship issues. Officials said it's probably about 15% of the total attempts at censorship. You got your Catcher in the Rye, you got your Huck Finn. Pretty much if there's like a bad word, usually if it's the N-word, that's a bad word, yes. But then in The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, is that a book that deserves to be banned because it has that word?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking. That's why I said it was in the form of a question.
Oh, I don't know. When it comes down to especially like censorship of books and shows and films and stuff like that, I think more often than not things with like a strong like also have a discussion about it.
Okay.
Like you read the book, Mark Twain's book, but at the same time you say, now we also have to have a discussion about, like maybe it was the period of time, maybe it was whatever and everything like that. And as to why it's not good to, it's not right to have on there. But at the same time, I don't know. It's always been like those people who are like, no, burn the books. I'm like, no, don't burn them,
Yeah.
And everything like that. But
put them on a taller shelf.
Right. Because like same people who want to ban Shakespeare because of, sexual stuff or you know, like you had said, Catcher in the Rye, or Vonnegut books that are like books about burning books, or books about banning books. So it's always, I think everything can have a discussion. I think it's a matter of, and it's also not necessarily something that's like, it's not like a period of time to hide either. You have to say, look, people used to think this way, and this is why we don't anymore,
Yeah. But that'd be making progress. You can't have that. Did you know that I want to see if you can guess what children's story book was banned by 2 California districts in 1990 because the school's version had an illustration showing a character with a bottle of wine?
The Cat in the Hat.
The Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm guessing it was probably in the basket that she was running along with, and it was just in the.
Does the wolf like get crunk in that, and we just didn't know?
I mean, what if it was like a couple cans of Four Loko?
Well, she was bringing grandma like a picnic basket. Like,
right,
you got to bring something to drink.
If it was a picture of a kid bringing groceries in from the car, it was like, hey, we can't have that. And it's like a pamphlet of like how to respect your parents and help them out. It's like
they banned that. They banned that book, or they banned the story.
They banned Little Red Riding Hood. Just So
go get another book without an illustration of a wine bottle.
No, you can't have that. Now what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide, Patrick?
Well, the idea of, like grandmother murder by a wolf, like that's a little harsh for some children.
Right. But at least they're not drinking alcohol.
Right.
That's like
alcohol. It's like let's get priorities here, guys.
Like the show Hannibal on NBC. I don't know if you ever watched it, but it was it was some of the goriest television I've ever seen. Like they'll have full displays of like 30 bodies mounted together and just like guts everywhere. But it's like, oh, you're gonna have to go back and touch that up. We can kind of see a nipple.
Right.
Oh, thank God you saved us. The a school board member was saying, what happened to common sense? It's getting to be if kids tried okay, so they're talking about they did the mock trial, which by the way, the version that they read ended with the children going home with the witch's riches. So her rich stuff. They found that Hansel and Gretel acted in self-defense, but ordered them to return all the stuff that they stole to a empty house.
Yeah, right. Because she's pretty dead now, isn't she?
So, school board member Dennis McCormick said it's getting to the point where if kids tried the wolf from Three Little Pigs, the animal rights people would be upset. He's like, okay, well, I get that because people
are animals too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Oh, so now all of a sudden you're anti-wolves? Wolves are close to dogs. Patrick hates puppies. He couldn't have said it any clearer.
Just interesting in the stories and, and how they, I went and saw The Goonies the other day.
You went to go see it?
Yeah, it was at Hollywood Palms.
Oh. You went to a movie theater?
It was completely empty.
So you guys just broke in and started watching it?
No, it was the first day that it opened, and I was like, "There's not gonna be anybody there, especially see Goonies at 6:00." So I was like, "Cool, let's go." And so
we call that the Goonies hour,
right? And it's an interesting thing as to how, in a way that, yes, the movie holds up. It's still awesome movie.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize is there's a couple moments in that movie where they probably could have found enough money to save their area.
Yeah.
Because at one point in time, he gets a Chester Copperpot as a Lou Gehrig baseball card.
Right.
And even in 1980 something, that would probably be worth a lot of money.
Sure.
From 1930 something. And then the other one is when they were in the fountain. Now, granted, those are somebody's wishes.
Those are somebody's wishes.
somebody's dreams. But they really could have found an old enough coin and been like, this is a good amount of money as well, right?
This is my wish.
This is my wish, and it didn't come true. I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back. But yeah, they could have did that. And then here's the other one is the idea that they're like, oh, Mikey's marble bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great that kid was still playing marbles, by the way. Mikey's marble bag
40 years ago
had all of those diamonds and jewels in there and everything. And they're like, we're saved. We don't need to do it. It's like the ship's still there. Like with a fast boat, we can intercept that. And
call the Coast Guard.
Like that money is going to go to it's going to go a lot of that's going to go to a museum. But when you donate all that to the museum, you still get a cut.
Right.
Like somebody get that boat. They're like, bye, Willie. It's like, no, that is literally a ship of dead people right now and a whole lot of gold. And he's just like, and also the weirdness of him like talking to Willie throughout the entire time. Like we're almost there, Willie. He's like, hi. I guess you were expecting me. And then Thanos is because his brother's Thanos. And he commented, he's like, how long have you been sitting there? And he's like, and the line just, it's so much different now. He's like, long enough, Mikey. Long enough. And I'm maybe to know that you're crazy. Yes. Mikey's got some problems. And Andy had issues too.
Mm-hmm.
Was she dating Bran or was she dating Troy? Or was she dating both of them?
Yep. It's called sampling. A little bit of these goods and a little bit of these goods.
I'm just saying. It was very weird. And then she sure made out with his younger brother too.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's like, oh, I heard you talk to dead pirates.
Yeah, Andy had some issues, but that's okay.
But you know what issues she didn't have?
What? Segway?
Issues with breakfast foods.
Cool.
Kellogg's, they're really out here trying to up the game when it comes to getting the a stranglehold on waffles. They came out with some new flavors, a birthday cake one, a unicorn cotton candy waffle, and then they had a mermaid themed one, which this is going to be a little bit of a test for you. Are you familiar with the term blue waffle?
Yes.
Are you though?
I mean, I know that it's a weird thing, but I'm not sure exactly
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and encourage you and all of the listeners
to go to the dictionary.
To go to Google image search and type in blue waffle. Except for you, Elaine. Don't do that.
Nope, you can't exclude somebody from the audience. You can't do it. Like what you just did.
So Kellogg's came out with a Kellogg's came out with a new product called the blue raspberry. They came out with a blue waffle. The problem with that is it's a common slang for a internet
right.
Well, imagine all of the STDs together and somehow makes a girl's hoo-ha turn blue.
Wow. And which part is the hoo-ha?
Yeah, the vagina.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we have someone here that actually wrote a review.
I'm reviewing this.
It's a blue waffle. Make sure you use protection when eating this waffle, as it's a bit messy.
Yep.
Waffle was moist with a slight fishy taste.
Gross.
Overall, it was definitely something, but I don't think I'd search for it again. Wear protection and cover your eyes while eating for best experience. The problem with the term blue waffle is that, like I said, it's an internet meme from a long time ago. It's real gross. You can usually trick someone one time into looking it up, and they look at a picture of it, and then they just don't eat for a few days. But yeah, Kellogg's, home of the blue waffle. It's like no one in their company has been on the internet.
Are you
Like,
are you a waffle fan, or are you a French toast fan?
oh, you're just gonna completely discriminate against pancakes?
I don't like pancakes. I'm not a pancake.
Wow. Then on principle, I'm gonna say pancakes.
Oh, well, that wasn't the question. So
Yeah, what's up? Changing the game.
no, you can't. The question was,
We out here.
are you
Yeah,
a waffle fan or a
One time.
French toast fan?
doing it up. If you can. Well, it depends. If I'm making it at home, I'm probably gonna rock the French toast.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a waffle maker. So if I'm out somewhere and they're like, we got these bomb ass waffles, I'm like, you got these bomb ass waffles? And they're like, oh, it's a box mix. I was like, no. I want a bomb ass waffle. If it's like a legit breakfast place that's known for their waffles, I'm gonna hit up them waffles.
Now, are you an Eggo fan?
I used to be.
Now, okay, so when you used to be an Eggo fan, do you do like the 2 waffles, or are you like half the package?
Well, at the time that I ate them,
Yeah,
I think I was like 2 or 3 of them.
okay.
Because I was like,
you left the one hanging out.
no, because it came in packs of 8. You eat 3 and then 3, and then you have 2, and then you open the next one to have 1 out of that. And it's called the rotation.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, is it ridiculous? 2's not enough, and 4 is too many.
4.
No. 4 was too many because I would murder that son of a bitch with all the butter and syrup. Every single pocket would have a full-on layer of butter.
Do you butter each Eggo individually?
Yeah.
And then you cut it into squares and then syrup it?
Oh, no, I don't cut it. I put the butter on it, and then put the syrup on it, and then put the butter on the next one, put it on top, put the syrup on it, and then eat myself into a coma.
Okay.
Like a proper gentleman.
I just was just wondering.
What's your problem? What's your waffle scenario?
My waffle scenario is I eat the 4 because I'm not a wuss.
Okay. And I haven't eaten them since I was in high school, but whatever.
Maybe you should,
No, I don't.
I eat the 4. I butter each one, then you cut it into squares, and then you syrup like all over the squares, and then it gets all over.
That's some pretty weak ass waffling.
Some waffling.
Yeah, it's pretty weak ass. Weak ass. Speaking of weak ass shit,
Segway.
A brewery called the Cow and the Calf it's over in England.
Yeah.
It's the pub belongs to the Samuel Smith Brewery. The owner of the brewery is Humphrey Smith. This motherfucker goes into the pub, which is being run by Louise and Steve Brownhill, a couple of delightful people. The customers love them. They were really turning the place around. It says great. It's a breath of fresh air for the place. But this motherfucker Humphrey, which first of all, change your name. It's dumb. Humphrey comes in.
Family name, okay?
What?
It's a family name.
Oh, you think you could just use that bullshit?
It's a family name, and his grandfather Humphrey was a World War II hero. So look what you did.
Yeah, but he was fighting for the wrong side. I know that because I saw it in a TikTok video and said, that motherfucker Humphrey.
Terrible.
Yeah, so the owner came into the pub, fired everyone because he came in for dinner and they didn't have his favorite dessert of a chocolate fondant because they didn't have a freezer to put it in. So he's like, fuck this. You're all fired.
Like a chocolate fountain, like at a wedding?
No, fondant.
Oh, fondant.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's this dude's favorite dessert. And they didn't have it
outside of a cake.
It just said that's his. I don't know. I don't know what kind of bullshit dessert this motherfucker eats. But yeah, they just straight up got rid of. And this dude, he's reportedly ordered managers of the pub to.
Eyebrow, calm down.
He reportedly ordered managers of his pub to ban customers from swearing or using their cell phones inside the place. It's like, of course that guy would just start firing people for not having his dessert. But you know who's not getting fired?
Who?
Motherfuckers are working for Papa John's and Domino's.
Oh yeah.
Because since the start of the pandemic, they have raised their profits. North American sales rose 24% over the past 4 weeks for Papa John's, and then internationally jumping 23%. Same with Domino's. Papa John's hiring 30,000 new workers to meet the uptick demand since the pandemic started, and Domino's announced that they are hiring another 20,000 employees because people are. They said Domino's CEO said that customers are buying more pizza just to keep leftovers in the fridge because they're thinking about. He says they're thinking about not just that evening's meal, but how they're planning for the following day. And now I could say we got 2 pizzas in the fridge right now, but they're homemade. My girlfriend made them last night. She just wanted to learn how to make pizza, so she did that while I was at work. I came home to all these pizzas.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty great. So I have one more employee at home making me pizzas. So I'm also a job creator. You're welcome, America. Although, did you know that Pizza Hut is going down? I can hear that. I don't know what you're listening to.
No.
But Pizza Hut has closed 300 locations, and it's selling its remaining 900 locations as part of its bankruptcy arrangements. Did you know Pizza Hut was going away?
No.
Pizza Hut go bye-bye. I couldn't believe it. Speaking of things I can't believe, are you ready for this one?
Sure.
Are you familiar with texting?
Is that like reading words in a book?
No.
It's the texting.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
This is the stupidest fucking article I've read this week, and I read at least 100 articles this week, not only from research from this, but just from, the world. The title of this article is "Young People Are Intimidated by Full Stops in Text Messages." A full stop meaning like a period. So when you're typing out a sentence and you hit period and then send the text, oh, that's a bad thing. You can't do that. That's mean. And it causes psychological damage, Patrick. I can't believe you've been doing this.
So, like, if I write a sentence and then I hit send, and then but a period to end the sentence?
Yeah. So if you texted out, "I'll see you there at 8, period," and sent it, ooh, that's pretty aggressive.
Well, why?
How dare you?
Grammar.
I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of people coming here. So we got like Dr. Lauren Fontaine, who's an assistant professor at the Netherlands Leiden University, she's studying language change. She's saying that if you send a text message without a full stop, it's already obvious that you've concluded the message. So that people think that if you add that additional marker for completion, people will now read something into it, and it tends to be a falling intonation or negative tone.
Jeez.
So as if people didn't read too much into text messages already, now you have the problem of, oh my God, why did they put a period on the end of that? Are they mad at me? Are they angry? Or do they not want to do this? And apparently this has been going on for a while, because in 2015, a language expert named Professor David Crystal published a book explaining that the full stop has become an emotion marker used to signify anger or annoyance.
Just because they said so.
Yeah. So they say that he says people simply do not put full stops in unless they want to make a point.
No, my favorite is when people are like, well, that's just the way it is. And then they write out, period. And period. I'm like, that's insulting.
Okay, but is that insulting, period?
It's insulting, period.
Period. Period. I can't believe this is a thing that someone actually decided to write about. Economics writer Jeff Gould concluded that the line break is now the default method of punctuation in texting. And saying, full stops can cause the message to be perceived as cold, angry, or passive aggressive. I've never sent a text message to someone with a period going, ha ha ha, got him, yeah. It's like that's
It just comes with like people with a megaphone that are oversensitive. Well, I know that I don't enjoy this, so let's make this a thing.
The thing is, how you can fix the anger that could be perceived through a period? Just send a lighthearted exclamation mark.
Or an emoji.
Oh yeah, that they say use emojis as well. Yeah, because it's one of those things where you can't interpret what a sentence means, and obviously now if you put a goddamn period at the end of it, you're
that sentence is over.
These young people or something. I don't know. It's either young people are stupid or old people are trying to make young people sound stupid. Either way, what the fuck is that article? Why is citing years of research back to at least 2015? Someone wrote a book about it. There's been full studies. What the fuck is the problem? You can't have just a sentence structure. Like, is a comma kind of like a side eye now?
Yeah.
What's an ellipses? Is that like you being like extra mad?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
More mad is coming.
No, I don't need more mad. Although if you are going to be mad, you might as well get a job out of it. I'm talking, of course, about dehumidifiercritic.com. Everyone's favorite website.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, they have a job listing that they need someone. They want to hire a hypercritical and opinionated reviewer to write 3 product reviews a week while answering and maintaining a call a Karen service. Basically, they want to hire someone to be a Karen that's reviewing stuff. Yeah.
But
yeah, we've gotten there. We've gotten to that point. The job listing says the right Karen will be initially contracted to 3 months employment with the view to extend if the service is popular. We are recruiting a woman to write 3 honest reviews a week for our website, as well as be the voice and authority behind our Call a Karen service, which will see potential customers call for advice and recommendations on products. So as if you didn't have to deal with enough Karens in the world, you have to call someone and say, yeah, I'm looking to buy a vacuum cleaner, and I just want to know what you think.
Hey, listen, what kind?
Okay, I need like a regular one for the house.
That's not what I asked you.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying.
Talk to your supervisor.
Oh, I don't have a supervisor. I'm calling from my house.
Oh, so that means you're the supervisor?
Yeah, I guess I'm the supervisor.
Okay, well, let me talk to you about you. If you're going to call somebody, this is America.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so like the Bissell or the Dyson, like which one would you
call me? Who is above you? That's what I want to know. You just called me a Bissell.
No, Bissell's a brand of vacuum.
You not? Oh, so what? I suck? Is that what you're saying?
I have no comment on you at this time. I'm just.
Oh, you better not. You better not.
I'm just trying to get a vacuum for my house.
Oh well, you should get a vacuum for your mouth.
Okay, so does this number provide reviews for things, or did I get the wrong number?
I don't know. Do you feel like? Oh, so what? I got the wrong number? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, is this call a Karen?
You're damn right it is.
Okay.
And who's above you? Who's above you? Who's above you?
I mean, I'm on the top floor of my building.
Oh, so you're in charge of you? Who's in charge of you? Who's in charge of you?
I mean, yes.
I'm filming this.
Just fucking filming a phone call. I mean, you get paid $65 an hour to review products online, though. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like you're getting money for nothing.
Ah,
The University of Fine Arts in Hamburg, Germany, is offering 3 1,600-pound scholarships.
heavy scholarships, man.
You son of a bitch.
Ah,
They want to offer these scholarships to people for doing nothing.
cool. I'm in.
They're called idleness grants.
I'm in.
People who are seriously committed to doing absolutely nothing.
Where do I sign up?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to ask you the questions for it.
Pounds.
The applicants can submit their anonymous pitches until September 15th and will have to convince a jury that their chosen area of active inactivity is particularly impressive or relevant. So I'm going to ask you, because the form consists of 4 questions. I'm going to ask you these questions, and then I'm going to see if I would give you this scholarship, okay? Question number 1. What do you not want to do?
Things.
Okay, that's a very good answer. It's a very good answer. Hold on. Now I just realized that with this guy's, I'm going to go ahead and write down your answer. So if you can give me the answer again for what do you not want to do?
Things.
Okay. Question number 2.
I only typed like three.
Yeah, I'm a stenographer, so we use less. So for how long do you not want to do it?
Ever.
Why is it
I
important?
understand stenography. It was like way, like just for like that 4-letter, but then the things was like less letters, but forever was like a long time. Anyway,
Okay, for someone claiming they don't want to do anything, you're sure doing a lot in this interview.
I'm sorry. It's just it was confusing. But go ahead. You're right.
You know what?
I apologize.
Put that in your file. Subject is hostile and actually does things. Okay, question number 3. Why is it important not to do this thing in particular?
Cause.
Final question. Why are you the right person not to do it?
See the last answer.
And then okay, then Z. Okay, that's a pretty strong questionnaire, though, right?
It is.
So, what like he's asking people for it's like he says that Frederick von Borries is the design theorist who came up with the program, saying they want to focus on active inactivity. If you say you're not going to move for a week, then that's impressive. But if you propose you're not going to move or think, that might be even better. So you got people out here saying they might not even move or think, and you're just like, I don't want to do stuff. What stuff, Patrick? What kind of stuff are you not going to do that's better than what someone else isn't going to not do?
All of it.
Yeah, if you think that's not even an answer, though.
It's true. No, it is.
But I feel like okay, it's been noted, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that was against my will. I mean, you're telling me to do work. That's arguably you doing work.
No, because I don't want to do it.
But here you are thinking about how you don't want to do it.
Right, which shows my dedication to not wanting to do it.
I guess it's just arguably it's just wrong.
It's getting worse and worse.
You're just getting worse and worse. You know what?
Dedication and
Denied.
Oh no! But I can lift the 1,600 pounds. I swear.
Let's see. We got that. Okay. Sounds like you're striking out in Germany, but you know where you could always go?
Downtown.
Or just to New Zealand. You know that they got a little contest that they do every year. They try to go for this. It's a nice little award that they have, the New Zealander of the Year. Previous winners include actor-director Taika Waititi, comedian and mental health advocate Mike King, and former All Blacks captain Richie McCaw. That's a It's a wide variety of people. I mean, hell, this year we got a nice bit of variety. So far, one of the front runners is a Turkish Angora cat named Mittens. That's right. There's a
Mittens here, man.
Mittens is described as a hardworking civil servant. I'm sorry. There's a hardworking civil servant that's also been nominated. I read that wrong. It's a cat, a hardworking civil servant, and the prime minister have all been nominated. It's a dead heat between the three.
God, if they lose to the cat, could you imagine being at home that night and you're just like, I can't believe I lost to a cat.
I told you, you need to get out in the streets, shake hands, kiss babies.
But I'm the prime minister. Like, I did that, and they hired me.
Right, and then you got lazy, just taking care of the country. You're not out there glad handing.
Everybody has there's a national health care plan because of me.
Okay, but when's the last time you were in the grocery store and said, hello, Mr. Thomas?
Like yesterday.
Okay, but what about
I voted for that cat?
Because the cat's there every day. You stop by the grocery store.
That got me when they asked me my stance on yarn.
What? We prepped for that interview. What the hell did you say was your stance on yarn?
I said it's good for sweaters.
It's good for sweaters. Don't you know the versatility of yarn?
It was to play with while lying in the sun. Oh. That was the answer.
And you forgot whimsically. Whimsically always gets you bonus points. Motherfucker out here not talking about whimsicalness.
I know. You expect to win? Cat's nothing but whimsy. Shit.
I mean, you have bad relations with the entire country, but do you have bad relations with your family? I'm asking you, Patrick. Do you have bad relations with your family?
No.
Oh, okay. You never have any kind of situations where you get into heated exchanges over flatulence?
No.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Nicole Devois, a 40-year-old.
That like sound with that like dude dope. Oh yeah. Where we just go, oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida. Yeah, I could make that.
We need one of those.
I'll make that. It's been a while since since we've been back. We have not had an Florida.
No, because it feels kind of bad to like pile on them right now.
Mm-hmm. There's a story that I skipped about Florida this year or this episode,
right? Because
I was like, I've got one. I can't. They're already living as Florida,
yeah.
So I got to give that up. Florida woman Nicole Devois, 40 years old, was arrested. Here's the situation. She lives in the Tampa Bay area. She shares a bedroom with a 59-year-old man who is her father. Around 2 a.m. on one day, she became angry with her father, quote, due to his flatulence, and an argument ensued where she then attacked her father, punching him in the head numerous times. Right. She got so mad that he's just farting in his bedroom. She's like, would you fucking stop? He's like, I'm gonna do it. Does just, sometimes you gotta fart. You don't want to get out of your bed. I was like, I'm gonna walk to the bathroom to fart in my own home. She got so angry that she beat up her father because he wouldn't stop farting.
Well, sometimes he who smelt it dealt it, but sometimes it gets dealt upside your damn head.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes you have the bad relations with your family, but sometimes you have them so good that they're bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A woman in India has she wanted to file for divorce from her husband after 18 months of marriage. Oh. You know why she wanted to
paradise?
Exactly. You know why she wanted to divorce her husband? because he loves her too much and he doesn't want to fight with her.
Cool.
Yeah, she all he's doing is just loving her and refusing to fight with her and forgiving her. Yeah, she's like, whenever I make a mistake, he always forgives me for that. I wanted to argue with him. She just doesn't want a life where her husband agrees to everything.
Yeah, who wants that?
Someone that just like lives with just no. She's like, peanut butter is made from raisins. Well, whatever you say, dear.
Well, it could be. I mean, you never know.
Water is dry.
Yeah, I mean, it dries up, and so water technically is in a state of wet and or dry, because if it's sitting there, it's probably drying up as we speak. So yeah, you're absolutely right, hon.
The sun is made of ice.
Well, I think deep down, like in the middle of it, I think there is like an ice core. So like due to the fact, and then it just heats up as it goes, so it expands. So yeah, that's an excellent and astute observation.
Fish can speak French.
Yeah, they go bloop.
Damn it! I didn't think you'd get that one.
Le bloop.
Le bloop. Oh man! Speaking of le bloop,
And they all can say mama.
yeah.
Papa.
You spending your time during the pandemic to get a le bloop job?
Yeah, yes. I mean, it's hard when part of what you do is speaking in front of a room full of people, and there's not allowed to be a room full of people. So
there's
learning fish French.
There's people that have been on Zoom conferences a lot and starting to see themselves on camera, just pretty much staring at a picture of themselves all day and realizing I need to get some work done. So there's people that we talked about in the previous episode where they could just buy like a muscle shirt or like the fake boobs for the Zoom dates. We got plastic surgeons saying that they have a backlog of elective surgeries at this point because so many people are trying to get work done during the pandemic, because the benefit of wearing the masks, and you can wear sunglasses, you could just hide all the work that you're getting done on your face,
right?
Instead of walking around with a bunch of scarred up, snarled shit and they're like, oh, I can't miss work, but I got a nose job. I don't want them to know it. And it's like, oh, well, I'm at home. You can't do it anyway. So the people are going out and getting nose jobs and breast lifts and all this kind of stuff just because it's like they got the time. They don't have to sit around and recover all the time. What did you get done during the pandemic?
The only thing I really did was I got like those like pedicure boots.
Pedicure boots?
Yeah, so like they're these plastic boots, and what you do is you put this like pedicure stuff in them, and then put them on, and then it like peels off like a layer of like if you had any like cracked skin or dead skin or anything like that, because like you wear socks or shoes because you're walking around the house, and everything like that. And so I was starting to get like, you're starting to get dry feet and everything like that. So I did that, and that turned out to be, it was good, but it was also bad too, because like your feet peel for like a week. Super gross.
That is more information than I think anyone wanted.
You asked me what I did.
Technically you followed directions perfectly. The one time you followed directions.
Yay.
But you know who doesn't want to follow directions? These goddamn parents.
Ugh.
Because there's a Tennessee school district that got in a little bit of hot water because they asked parents to sign a form agreeing not to observe their kids in virtual classes because they don't want to hear confidential information.
Wait a minute, like what?
Exactly. Like what? This one lady was saying, what are they trying to hide? What's the problem? Why won't they let us, sit in? Now she's a little bit she's a little out there because she said, obviously, because they are teaching our children propaganda that they should not be teaching. They're trying to socialize our children. And we have a major problem in education, not just here in Tennessee, but across the country, where they are indoctrinating our children with propaganda. It's like, no, they just
Homeschool little Cletus, then. I don't know what to tell you.
technically he's getting schooled at home.
Well, without the indoctrination of socialism.
Yeah, it's while she's a little bit, out there, there is almost a little bit of merit to the idea of not letting parents sit in on it, because it's nothing wrong between, like, if it's just your child and the teacher, but then you also have a classroom full of other students that are also talking. It's like, technically you shouldn't be listening to those kids talk because it's an invasion of privacy, or whatever.
I think a lot of it's just they don't want, like, the teacher wants to teach and not have these fucking helicopter parents, going, excuse me, I think. It's like, well, you're not a teacher, so fuck off. Let me do my goddamn job.
Excuse me, Miss Brendowitz?
Yes,
I couldn't help but notice that you said 2 + 7 is 9.
that is correct.
Okay, but Jeffrey wrote it's 4, so can it also be 4 sometimes?
If you add 5 to that, yes, then it makes it 9.
Okay, but there's no 5 on the problem. I don't know where you're getting this 5 from.
Well, here, Jeffrey, all you need to do is, so you wrote what? You wrote what, Jeffrey?
He wrote that it's 4.
Okay, so at the top, you're going to see that there isn't a line that's connected to 2 forks of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and draw that line.
I'm sorry, is this a word problem? Because I don't see any forks on here either.
Number looks like a fork, so just connect those 2 lines, and then you're right. And do me a favor, Jeffrey, if you could reach over and smack the shit out of your mom, I'd really appreciate it, and you will get an A for the day.
A for
Beatrice.
A for ass whooping you done got. But see, here's the thing. That's not the only kind of stupidity going on with these e-learnings. Because a Maryland mom is really upset that school authorities called the police over her son because he had a BB gun secured on the wall, just like hanging up in the background of like in his room. He had a few things. He had a BB gun, a pellet gun, and like a bow and arrow. They're all on the wall mounted. And because the student was on his laptop and it showed it in the background for a second, someone took a screenshot of that, sent it to the police. The police showed up at the house and had to search the kid's room for guns, because at first the principal explained that the principal, Jason Filer,
Sure.
apparently was the one that made the decision that the police get called. The principal and the teacher cited a rule stating that students may not bring guns to school, and claimed it extended to virtual classes as well. So you can't bring guns to school, sure, but now you're e-learning. You're stuck at home. The guns are already in the house, and it's a BB gun that's like mounted on the wall. So the police got called for wall art. I don't
even know, dude.
I don't know, man.
I feel sorry for this generation of children, because they're going to get taught mainly by a bunch of day drinkers, and it's just not going to end up well.
As opposed to all those night drinkers that we grew up being taught by.
Damn right, because at least it was nighttime. It was after lunch.
You had the decency to get a good base in you,
like Jesus intended.
Oh man, that e-learning is sure for the birds. Yeah. I don't have any other segue, except that in Ireland, there are extremely aggressive seagulls that are out here spreading E. coli.
Oh god!
As if the year couldn't get any crazier. A pest control company called Rent-A-Kill had to issue a warning to the public because they've had a dramatic increase, a 12% rise in increase of calls to deal with these birds. People were asking for help with the seagulls, pigeons, and other pest birds. And because these birds, their poop has got all this nasty shit in it, like E. coli, salmonella, and bird mites, like all this bad stuff. But these birds are out here getting pretty reckless with people not being out all the time. They're kind of taking nesting up where they necessarily shouldn't, or they wouldn't previous, because they wouldn't come out before if there's a lot of people or if there's like food is put away and everything. But now, because people are spending so much time inside, birds are nesting closer and closer to places they shouldn't. And now people are starting to go back outside again and getting attacked by these bird poop motherfuckers.
Right? Because they suck, dude. Remember the problem we had with geese?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You say had, but geese are still motherfuckers.
I mean, I will never forget the running track over by the house in Glen Ellen.
Yeah.
And there's like a goose had laid eggs underneath a park bench, and every time I ran by, the thing would hiss at me and kind of chase me. And then one day, like, just to move out of the way, like, it lunged, and I rolled my freaking ankle and fell down and had to, like, scurry away because I'm like, now it's on my level. And I'm like, oh, God. And then, like, the old ladies that used to can speed walk are like, listen, bitch, get out of the way. We're walking. You know, but I'm like, this thing sucked. Like, this thing was going to start pecking at me.
Yeah, I was on a walking path when I was still living in a previous house, on a walking path. And then I was going to do a full lap around the water, but because the geese were about 2/3 of the way around it, I got all the way there. So I turned around and went back and started walking through a different neighborhood to do a wider loop just to get around them. By the time I finally got around to the other side where the geese were, they had since migrated from that walking path through a backyard into the street and blocking me there. So I had to turn around and just go home. I couldn't even do my exercise. Huh?
Like, let's move over here now. Fuck this guy. Watch him turn around. That's right. You better leave.
You better saunter, your tired ass. I'm like, yeah.
There was a place like it was like the Midwest Club in Oak Brook. Pat was there doing some work at one point. And his mother-in-law was property manager, and there was a guy whose job it was to go with like a remote control boat and a dog, and just like go over by the pond and just chase the ducks away, chase the geese away.
Yeah.
What was the name of his company, do you think?
Fuck off, you bird ass bitches.
Well, no, it was mainly, I'll give you a hint. It was mainly, he's mainly centering on getting rid of geese.
Goose stepping on out of here.
No. You got one more.
Get the honk out of here.
No, it was Geese Police.
God damn it.
I would undercut him by $50, and then I'd bring Bella, and I could call my company like the Goose Police. Just go there every day and just be like, or run a small little boat through the thing, a remote control boat to chase him out of there, and then have the dog chase him, and then it would be great.
I mean, if anything, you want to get a boat and put like a little bit of a remote control BB gun on it,
right?
So you can shoot right behind the geese. So when they're like flying away, it looks like it's being chased by a machine gun. Because I mean, you got to have action shots. You can't just, I'm gonna terrorize these birds with a boat. No, I want to shoot a Michael Bay movie while doing it. So that's the only bit of bird news we have.
Okay.
A pet parrot.
Mm-hmm.
Was trying to warn its owner that it was being robbed. Basically, someone walked into a house through an unlocked door and just swiped a credit card from a wallet that they saw.
Oh.
But a bird was like screaming, or not screaming. It was talking, and saying things like "hello," like it's just talking. And the owner ignored it. It's like, he's not always a reliable source of information.
Right. Not the Visa.
Take the black card.
More miles. I get miles. I get miles from that.
It's enough to make you want to blow up the world.
Bow down.
Okay. I guess it'll be fine. 13-year-old Boy Scout named Kale Hajik he saw a problem where people were drowning in the Gulf of Mexico near his hometown of Panama City Beach, Florida.
His real problem wasn't that he was named Kale.
Yeah,
Is it Kale?
Kaial.
Okay, well, I got
Kale.
Kale.
It's like you're going down a slide and there's a weird bump in the middle all of a sudden.
Kale.
He built a prototype of a device called the Life Box, spelled Lifebokx, and the K in there obviously stands for Kale. So there's a huge problem with people drowning in the Gulf of Mexico there, and put together this box that consists of life vests, a lifesaver, and CPR instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hoping to get it so that each box could be set up. They could set up a bunch of boxes all along the beach, like a huge strip, not just like, oh, here's like a mile of beach, but it's like a long way. And each box would be numbered. So that way, given the event that someone needs to break out the box to try to save someone, with these numbered boxes, they can actually report to
something.
Well, they can report so they can help rescuers get there faster. Like, we got someone drowning over by box 7.
Right.
We threw a life preserver, or we threw a lifesaver out to them, and they're floating, but they need help. It's just, a 13-year-old Boy Scout that saw a need around his hometown and decided to do something about it. It's not always about, making the big sweeping changes. It could be something as simple as you see what could be a need in your local community, and just trying to do something that could help out everyone.
Yeah.
So Kale, even though you got a unfortunate name, it's nice to see. Sorry, Kale.
Thank you.
Him and his dad are hoping to present the device to the local Optimist Club, which focuses on community service projects.
An Optimist Club?
An Optimist Club.
I'd prefer the Pessimist Club.
Well, do you know who the leader of that club is?
The Optimist Club?
Yeah.
No.
It's Optimus Prime.
Yikes.
Yeah, and they want to present it to the city council as well.
Is Humphrey. We call him Optimus Prime.
God damn it.
God damn it, Humphrey.
All right. And that'll do it for this week.
Where can they find us online?
You can find us individually on Twitter, at Stupid Twitting, that's the podcast. At Hungry as a Bear, that's me. At Patrick Newsom 42, that's yeah, but I guess it really.
I thought about it the other day.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. We are almost to the point where Patrick's gonna maybe start thinking about tweets more often.
Yay!
You can find us online on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Stupid's Talking Stupid. You can find us for any kind of podcasting things like on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, any kind of podcasting app you can get on your phone. Search for Stupid's Talking Stupid. Do us a favor, though. Subscribe to us on like every channel you could possibly think of. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, like and review our podcast everywhere that you listen to it. It will really help us out. There's a lot of stupid stuff going on during this pandemic, and we're trying to find the stupidest stuff we possibly can.
Stupid uplifting.
Stupid and uplifting. You can find everything about the podcast at www.stupidstalkingstupid.com. From there, you can click on the store link and find our Teespring site.
Yeah.
Where we have a variety of shirts, pants, stickers, masks. We're working on some other things, some new style shirts, some other fun things, because people are like, I got shirts, I got pants, I have stickers. What else you got? We're working on some other things. Got to get fun logos for them, and then we will get them out and up on that site. Post about it at superstalkerstupid.com or on our Facebook page, on the Twitter page as well. So that, as they say, is that.
That is, as they say, is that. Yeah, for Stupid Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.